Oxalate as a player, I'm going to go with Batman. Batman is my boy from Baltimore, and he's really shown himself to be a great player. He's played a variety of decks today. We've seen at least 4 different style decks from him, so I think he's going to pull off the win.
All right, low 5.
I'm not so sure. Oxalate just came off of a win, and he has seen Batman lose today, so I think he's probably going to carry that momentum forward and take this win.
You disagree? You agree? What do you got?
I mean, I'm going to have to agree with low 5. I think Oxalate will surprise people and end up taking the W just because he's coming off of that high. Most people are expecting Batman to win, expecting Batman to pull out this, amazing counter deck. With Bandit and all these updates being so new, I don't think he really had the time to prepare against all the decks.
Yeah, but I mean, we just had the interview with him. Apparently, it doesn't matter if he's prepared or not. He'll just play it to perfection anyway. Yeah.
I don't know. I think since Batman confessed that was his very first time playing that deck that he ended up winning with, that we were all really happy to see the P.E.K.K.A, Dark Goblin, and Battle Ram deck, and the variety of decks that he can go through, I'm going to have to give it to Batman. I think even with not a lot of preparation, and he's always thinking about his opponents as opposed to himself, I think he's going to pull the win here, but I think it's going to go to Game 3. It'll be real close.
Great against graveyard decks because everything you have is weak to poison. We are seeing a non-graveyard, but definitely a little bit of a counter-defensive deck here out of Oxalate, a control deck going up against the Hog Lightning deck that was so popular during the CCGS qualifiers.
Oh yeah, the Hog Lightning was pretty popular for quite some time, and Batman's rocking the Hog Rider now. Let's see if Oxalate has the Tornado to pull the Hog to the King Tower. And there it is. The Hog is going to get to the King Tower and activate it. This could be pretty bad for Batman.
Wow, great turnaround. The Miner comes out for Oxalate just before the Executioner is going to swing again after killing the Bats. It did not lock onto the Night Witch. It locked onto the Miner, and that allowed the Night Witch to get a little bit closer and to get some damage onto that tower.
Yeah, and I think Batman, even though that exchange did happen, Batman defended that probably as well as he could. He played the Skeletons just outside of the Poison spell, and the Executioner was coming in, sweeping through to the Miner, and then the Night Witch was able to die from the Knight and Crown Tower.
The big advantage, and we haven't seen it yet this week, this is the first game we've seen it, is that Oxalate managed to get off an early Tornado on the Hog Rider without taking too much damage. Both of his towers over 2,000 health on them, and so he can comfortably use Tornadoes on every future Hog Rider and never really take any more Hog-based damage.
Yep, we see Oxalate playing his Miner in a very safe position. The log is going to come out and predict the Goblins right there. But Oxalate's Miner are being played in those top 3 tiles that I was talking about where you can't pull the King Tower. And Batman knows that, and he's just putting down Skeletons, Ice Spirit, Knight, right in that position to make sure he can counter that Miner so it doesn't get a lot of damage on Batman's tower.
Interesting choice by Oxalate to play Goblins, 2-cost Goblins. 1 Elixir Skeletons got nerfed, 3-cost Goblin Gang got nerfed. Oxalate splitting the difference between those 2 cards with 2 Elixir Goblins. They can't be zapped, a little cheaper than Goblin Gang.
Yeah, so double Elixir coming in. Here comes the Hog Rider. Lightning's going to come down, and it's going to hit 2 Goblins instead. But Batman with the Lightning could add up some pretty serious damage.
With Lightning off the field, it's safe to go play that Executioner. You know he's not going to get Lightning walking by the tower. So I think that's what these players look for. They look for these openings where they go, all right, I can't normally do what I want to do because I'm going to get countered really hard. Let me figure out some way to get him to play as Lightning, and then I will get my Executioner out shortly after.
Yeah, we saw Oxalate just play the Miner in the back right-hand side this time, knowing no Tornado would be coming out from Batman. Tornado's going to pull everything together. Lightning is going to come down, but that Hog is not going to be able to get a hit off on the tower. And Oxalate could be coming in with a strong counter push here.
This game is so close. Before that, Lightning only 2 damage separated their towers. And once again, we're at within 100 of each other.
Yeah, Oxalate is going to have to keep the pressure up with this Miner Poison. Otherwise, he's going to fall deep behind Batman's Hog Lightning. So let's see what he can do here.
The Tornado is proving super effective. These Hog Riders aren't really doing anything. Damage is getting through, but it's just, oh, good defense there. Batman defends the Miner. This is the first Miner I believe he's caught so far.
On the backhand side where it's not on the top left 3 tiles. So Oxalate's switching the Miner position now.
The Goblins are getting to clean up there. This is just really tough that the Executioner falls a little short, doesn't reach far enough to hit the tower. If he could have hit that tower with those 2 attacks, totally different game. Here comes, see, a Tornado's gonna pull it in. The Lightning comes down to shoot.
It only hit the tower though.
Doesn't hit the Executioner, that's brutal.
Oh, Miner played right into the Ice Spirit. Log is going to come down for the Goblins. Poison's going to come down as well. and all of a sudden this match is in Batman's favor.
We are in overtime here. Less than 100 damage separates these two towers. We are in overtime. The next tower to go down is going to take it. This match is so important for both players. A lightning comes down, hitting nothing. He just needs to get back to one more lightning. We're going to see a miner come out now. This is the last push for Oxalate before he gets lightning down the game. Tornado's in the way. The miner's locked on. The Night Witch is going to come in. The tornado comes down. Can we get to see a lightning come out before the tornado comes in? The log coming through. Every bit of damage matters. He's saving up for the 6 elixir.
36, 6
Oh, it takes it.
Oxalate! Oh my gosh, Oxalate coming out with the victory right there.
That is not just the first match, but the first game that Batman has dropped to somebody not named Colin McHugh.
Oh my goodness. I don't even
that's
have
why it's a featured match, buddy.
I'm literally speechless right now. Both of those players played that absolutely phenomenal. And the lightning,
He can't afford a tornado. Didn't happen. I feel like there was just
beautiful
one
tornado
too
right
many.
there from
Oh.
Oxalate.
Oh, yeah.
Pulling the executioner of the opposite lane, forcing Batman to finally use this tornado. That was the first time he used it all game. And then the log comes in, and the poison's about to get its last tick. And I feel like Batman was just ready to hit.
Batman's rubberized armor outer shell
yeah.
that we've seen out of someone who is not a member of his team. Oxalate has one more game to wrap this matchup and move to 3-2. Batman has 2 more games to try and tie it back up.
All right, so pump coming out from Batman. Miner immediately going to the pump. Night Witch is going to come down to defend it, but the Miner's going to take... Oh, and almost took down the pump with the assistance of the Zap spell from Ox.
You mentioned the Zap, using the Zap against Night Witch is pretty effective. Bandit and Ice Spirit coming in on the other side. Bandit does have to stop, though, and fight those low-health goblins, and that's going to stop her.
Yep, the Night Witch is going to get some value. Now, Oxalate doesn't have the Zap because he used it on the pump, so the Bats are going to get some good damage, bringing it down to 1579.
And sometimes like that, you just got to take the L. I think it's a lot of times new players have this feeling of like, oh, I have to do something. I can't just live there and take the damage. But sometimes you got to know when you're beat. It's like chess. You mentioned a lot of these chess players. You just lose the bishop, take the L, move on.
Yep. So 3 Musketeers coming out from
Lightning.
Batman right now. There's the lightning coming out from Ox.
Batman didn't know that there was a lightning. That was the first reveal of it out of Oxalate. So from now on, he's going to have to play around that lightning. Lightning's a tough one because he does have Ice Golem. He's going to have to put the 3 Musketeers down in double elixir time and try to almost immediately follow up with an Ice Golem to block the lightning.
Defensive Miner right there from Oxalate. Miner's going to connect for 1 hit, but you know when you have to play a defensive Miner that you're kind of in a little bit of a sticky situation. Now Batman is able to pump, no problem, but it looks like Oxalate might be able to punish here.
Going in with Giant Night Witch. They came out at such the same amount of time that their sound effects were overlapped. You hear that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the Night Witch goes down. Ice Golem comes into block, but there's going to be 3 bats coming out of this Night Witch that might be able to get some damage onto the tower, but maybe not. The bats were getting cleaned up.
Yeah. And the Giant was able to connect for 2 shots on that tower. Now we're pretty close to an even game. Oxalate's right-hand tower is about 1,600. Batman's right-hand tower is about 1,700, so...
Batman,
pretty
super
close match.
stoic player, gave a nod when he realized he had defended that without taking much damage and managed to get his Elixir Collector safely, you know, to the promised land. He seemed like, yes, this game is going the way I want it to go here in game 2.
And Batman predicted the Miner. No problem right there. 3 Musketeers coming down, and they immediately get lightning. Oxalate opts to kill all 3 Musketeers rather than hitting a tower in 2.
That's a +3 elixir trade. I mean, I don't care at what point of the game you're at, you are happy to take trades like that.
Battle Ram Bandit. The Battle Ram's going to connect, though, but the Night Witch, Mega Mini Goblins will clean that up. Let's see if Oxalate plays a Giant here. He does. Are 3 Musketeers going to come out?
They certainly could. I think if I'm Oxalate, well, actually, no, definitely not, because he just spent all 10 elixir on those 3 troops. Doesn't have it. That doesn't mean you should use your lightning, though, right? You still got to hold that lightning pretty much at all times for 3 Musketeers.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So the Goblins did a lot of damage to the Bandit, but the Bandit's going to charge to the tower and get a swing off. Oxalate has to lighten those, and the Ice Golem comes down.
And I think that still worked out well for Oxalate because the Musketeer is ahead of the Ice Golem, so you don't really have to worry about that tanking. It's just going to be hard. How many hit points can you put in front of that side and still take out that Musketeer?
Yeah, Night Witch is going to come down, one-shot that Musketeer, no problem. And a defensive Night Witch coming from Batman along with the Battle Ram. Oh, man.
I think Batman feels like he's got an elixir advantage now. He's feeling really comfortable going for these aggressive pushes. I don't know if it's going to work out for him, but at least he's feeling like this is the moment to put the boot on.
Yeah, and Batman's only spell is going to be that Zap, so we'll see what happens here. The Miner's going to come down to tank in the back right-hand corner.
He loves that back right-hand placement. It seems to work.
Oh, what a lightning! Value lightning from Oxalate right there.
Now, Batman has to get out 3 Musketeers as soon as possible, but I don't think he's going to do it because he's already so low on elixir. I mean, they're both kind of redlining it, trying to get these pushes through. I don't think, even though lightning's out of hand, he's going, I can't save up. I just can't do it.
Oh no, here comes the Night Witch down on defense.
Wasted bats almost, like those 3 bats, you know, there's no miner, there's nothing really tanking for him. He's looking to defend one more time. Less than 1,000 damage on both towers. If this not, oh, this connects! It does connect!
Ram
The zap comes down too late!
The Bandit, is it gonna get off? No. Miner has to come in right here from Oxalate. Here comes the Miner. Back left predicted by the Ice Spirit. Miner's gonna swing on the tower though. Bandit's gonna come down. Is the Mega Minion gonna be able to connect to the tower? Lightning might come down here. Oh no, the Mega Minion gets distracted from the Bandit.
I was say, if he lightning the Bandit and the thing, the Mega Minion would have been on the tower to attack it and maybe finish the game off, but I don't know what their elixir bars are looking like.
Yeah.
Stop
Battle Ram gets immediately shut down right there.
Yeah, it was another great zap. Stalled the charge, bought some time. Oh, Bandit, is anything in the face
for the Bandit? Oh, the Miner comes down just in time for the Bandit.
4/5 of a second to predict that and managed to do it. Great play there by Oxalate. Oh, the Night Witch is going to pull him across, taking him for a walk.
But the Giant's going to come down here. Night Witch to follow. Battle Ram's going to come down. This might be in favor of Oxalate.
I think so. What's going to stop it? He doesn't have enough damage. There's no buildings.
The
Bandit doesn't do that much damage. One punch.
The lightning comes down and Oxalate takes a sweep over Batman.
That has got to be the most relieving win of this entire Crown Championship for him. At 2-2, facing 2-3, a losing record, he wins the match. And for the first time in the entire Crown Championship, Oxalate has a winning match record, and he does it over one of the best in the region, Batman. They are now both tied at 3-2.
Oh my goodness, that is a huge momentum shift from Batman, who is in second place right behind Tin 2 and tied with CMC. Now all of a sudden, he sees Oxalate coming up right next.
The players' names, you should probably write them down, memorize them. You're going to see quite a lot of them throughout this week and next week as well. I'll give you a quick rundown of how this works. So this is a round-robin style tournament, which means every player here is going to be playing every other player once, which means everyone's playing 7 matches. A match is a best of 3 games, and the way you earn points is by winning a match. So even if you lose a game, you'll still get the full point by winning 2 of the 3 matches. Now, it might look a little skewed right now, but the way this scoreboard works is by score differential. So essentially, it's your wins minus your losses. So you'll notice that Rice might be sitting in the middle at 2 wins and 2 losses, so he's technically at a 0 differential, while Tin 2's above him at 1-0. And just to explain the color coding at the top, if you do end this round robin in the top 2, you get preferential seeding going into our finals. And if you end bottom 2, you're out, you're done, your dreams are crushed, and we're not going to get to see anymore.